Zappy zappy. Hey there, you chubbies! My ramp truck has left me stranded. It's damn. Well, it's kind of been an ongoing issue. Sometimes she just don't want to crank. And, well, I told my buddy last week, if you watched last week's video, we lowered his dually. And, well, I towed that sucker over to my place. And I made it almost home, 5 minutes away from home. And I stopped at the gas station to grab a snacky. And I came back out and she said, no, I'm not starting up. So I did the usual. I wait 20 minutes, try to fire up. Still nothing. Oh, man. So after an hour of sitting there, I get pretty frustrated and I call Grandpa and I'm like, man, please, come take me out of my frustration. And well, I got the sadness. Well, I got the dang ugly tow home by a Suburban. But, you know, so I got to figure out this issue. I'm thinking ignition switch or the park neutral safety switch. So I'm going to try and demonstrate to see if she's going to play nice and start or not. So then you guys know I'm not just BSing you. All right. Crankulation. Nope. Uh-oh. Well, see, that ain't good. The key just stuck. You done seen that. Oh. And I pulled the key back. So definitely something's going on in that ignition switch. Or the starter is unhappy. I'm going to start right here with this switch though, because every time I've ever started this truck, you know, the ignition, it feels weird. And it clicks sometimes and sometimes it doesn't work smoothly. So I definitely think that something in the mechanics side of the switch is just funky. So I got a new one. I'm just going to put it in. And hopefully something will be better. So the first things we got to do here is drop our temperature gauge, because it is now in the way. We'll just drop this little cover, take the 2 or 4 bolts out of the steering column, bring her down, and access the switch on top of the column. I went ahead, just took 1 screw out of it and just said, go ahead, swing down, get out the way, my friend. Take these couple screws out and we'll have access to right where we want to be. There we are, right access to the 2 bolts that we need to get to. Thought there was 4, but it looks like there's just 2. They're actually nuts. We'll drop them down and this whole steering column should come down pretty fairly far. Pretty much set the steering wheel on the seat as far down as it'll go. They're a bit of a pain to get to, and it's definitely not a new one. And I can already see that one of them clips do not look like they're in its home. Got these 2 little hex head bolts right out of there. You can see that's the rod that goes in the bottom right there in that hole, and that's what actuates the starter solenoid. So I'm just gonna pull these wires out and inspect this more, because I thought this black one was pulled out, but it's pretty connected in there. Just not pretty, you know. So pull this one out, put in a new one, see if we made a difference. Hopefully something. I got this old one out here and I'm playing with it with a screwdriver, and it just don't feel very good back there. So this very well could be the issue. So before I take this one apart, I'm gonna find a new one, make sure I got the right one, because this one kind of half works. Didn't take long, found them both, the neutral safety switch and the ignition switch. Oh, sure. Looks the same to me. Yeah. Heck yeah. Let's take this old one apart. Pretty simple, just bend them tabs off, out pretty much. Boom. You're on the inside, so you got a couple of ball bearings. And then a whole bunch of gadgets on the inside. Oh yeah. Look at this. That one looks pretty roasted. So something in there wasn't happy. If you can see in there, that guy is nasty looking. So, copper's all ground down. I definitely think this was partially the issue. Plug in this new one, bolt it in, see what happens. Oh, you should probably undo your battery when you do this too. Don't be like me. Don't do stuff dumb. Well, we got the new switch in, and well, when you hit the key, see what I mean? This is what it's been doing. Nothing. So I think the starter solenoid is a goner, because we put the meter on the wires down there and I was getting voltage. The only weird part is the starter looks brand new. See, here's the culprit right here. And one bummer part, I was jiggling on these wires here and they did some zappy zappy off the transmission, so you can kind of see they're cracked up and looking ugly, so we gotta fix that. And then if you look at the starter solenoid up there, there's some like all sorts of bang marks off of it. So someone's been having issues with this starter. So I guess we're gonna take it out, test on it, see what happens. Maybe swap out the solenoid with another solenoid? Sure. Got the battery out here, and we did a little bench test, which is on the ground. And well, every time I've done this, yeah, so the starter is fine. The solenoid's good. So that means something in the wiring or the neutral safety switch is not happy. Gotta get the meter out now. So, since our starter looking good, I said, well, my next best guess is the neutral safety switch. Right back to one of my first guesses. And I immediately pull it off and I see the ugly corrosion. I'm like, well, yeah, that's not good connection. Side to side, let's take it apart. And well, yeah, it looks like these just don't have good connection, and that don't have good connection. So what I'm gonna do is clean it all up, brake clean it, put some more dielectric grease in there. Try again. Well, we rebuilt on our switch here, and just listen to it. She just sounds better. She functions better. See if it works better. Well, as you can see, starter's back in. Got a wire zip tied up out the way. So now, let's put some juice on it and see if she'll spin over with the key. Sure. Alrighty, moment of truth here. Key's already in. Did you see that? No way. Will it do it again? Oh, no way. That is way better. Man, this truck's never started that nice. The key action's never been that smooth. Shoot, the voltage is reading higher. It's always read right above that 13. For the sake of goodness, will it do it a third time? Holy shit. Oh man, I fixed it. And I didn't spend any money. All I did was clean off the electrical connectors inside that switch. Now, it's working now. The only test is to haul something about an hour away and try and make it back home. So that'll be the real test. But I gotta do that here in the next day or so because I gotta take Craig's dually that we lowered back home. It's still got some small things on the bushings on the front of the leaf springs, and we gotta cut the U-bolts on the axle and stuff like that. So there's many projects, plenty to do, but we're knocking them off the list, is what I'm saying. Yes! Yes! I love this truck. I don't like when it's not being nice. Shoot, she did power to her, man. She's a runner. She's solid. She needs to run all the time. What do we got? Should do again? It's after been a few minutes. Should do it again. It's like we just got gas at the gas station. Oh man. Oh man. That's it. I'm driving this to work all next week. Well, I felt comfortable enough with it. The steering column got bolted in, the cover got put on, and my temperature gauge got put on. So let's give her another shot. Let's see what you guys think. Very nice. Minus the fact that the thing stuck a little bit. Might have to adjust some wires off that little rod. I think they were rubbing on it. Yep. I think I did it. New morning, and the guy is a lot more stuffy than he was the other day. So we're gonna try this ramp truck out, because this is usually when the ignition switch doesn't like to work after sitting for more than 24 hours. So here we are. I guess it was the park neutral safety switch is what was giving us the hell, but here we are. No way. It's doing its job. Perfect. Awesome. Awesome. I'm counting that as a win If you ask me, I'm happy. Oh, it's been a great truck. It did power tour with very minimal issues. This is our most of the issue we got on power tour. A little scratchy scratch. Dang it. But anyway, my buddy Craig, remember the truck we lowered last week? We got the bushings we were missing, so he's on his way. We're gonna install those, finish that truck up, and then probably haul it home with this. So give her a good old test run on the way home. Heck yeah. Give her a good test hauling a 1 ton. It's pretty much hauling itself. Seen Craig roll the truck in here. We already got the wheels off, or we're on jack stands. Safety's engaged. See what I'm saying? This is where we're at. We're actually on this side. Craig started on the driver's side. We're loosening all the bolts that I tightened. Yep. And we're not gonna cut them because Craig might want to go lower later. So we're gonna leave him long till he figures that out. So he's got a long road ahead of him. Then the next thing is we gotta drop the 2 leaf spring bolts and the springs out. We'll beat that bushing in like nothing. Yep. Leaf spring is out. So now it's, you know, as Michael Jackson said, beat it. Oh dude, this one's going way easier than the back. Oh, my bad. Smashed his finger. Did you see it? I got it on camera. These ones don't grip that as good as the other pair I had. One more for good faith? Sure. Oh yeah, she's in. See the goo come out the backside? Sure. Yeah, I need to go right where your hands are. So.
Oh, you're gonna go right up on the pilot.
Here, yeah. Let me, there. Right there. Leaf spring going back in. The plan, we set the axle on there after we put this bolt in first. Started lifting on that one, seeing we needed to come back a little bit. So we set up a ratchet strap from the back of the bumper bracket and pulled on it. And then we needed to lift up a little more and wiggle the angle to the dangler. The bolt started going in. But it's really only liking to go in when we thread it. Probably because we have it really close to the edge. I don't know, I can't see. Craig's got it going in. A little bit more difficult with the bushing than when there's nothing in there, I'll tell you that much. So, driver's side went so nice. We're gonna try to just lower the front, not take the axle off, and beat it in real quick. Will it work? I don't know. It's worth a shot. Worth a shot. If we get our butt kicked too bad, we'll just drop the couple bolts and do what we did, you know? Here's our method of madness. Let's see if it works. Oh, it's going. No way. If I can hold this more solider. Yeah, pretty good amount. Yeah, I see it moving every hit. Yeah, hit that top too. It looks like it's. Oh yeah. Hard. We're almost there. It's almost home.
A little bit.
Switcher backwards?
It's the jacks. Hitting on the lip of the...
Watch your fingers. I'm
Yep,
gonna
yep.
come down.
Here.
And then I'll just remove it back.
There we go, right there. We're
Half ground.
yeah, there we go.
Got the same way to go.
That'll work right there.
Yep.
Oops, I fell out. Okay. It's almost there. Looks almost there.
Look.
Oh, Mike, you got that wedge view.
God damn it.
It's damn close, buddy.
Hardly any difference. See that spring stand?
Yeah.
How about that shoulder being done, huh?
Yeah, it's done.
Holy fuck, between wrenching and then swinging it.
Oh yeah. Gotta be home.
Yeah, it's about a couple more hits.
Okay. Oh yeah. She definitely moved a little more. Yeah, she's not moving
I
anymore.
think that's it, yeah. Fucking
She's home.
Nice, yeah, we got that on there. That's killer.
She's home.
Yeah, that's nice, man.
Craig got the shock relocators on. Just a couple bolts. No problem. We got our U-bolts tightened to both sides. We got all the bolts on our leaf springs tightened. Yeah, we probably should have did it at ride height, but it's coming back apart soon, so we gotta see more of a finished product. Get these jack stands out the way. Coming down. Oh, hold on, go back up. We got one jack stand on this side. Dumbass. She's almost free. All right, try to. Oh, way smoother. Way nicer than last time. Yep, she's low. Low. Yep. Gotta pull it out, look at her in the sun, take some pictures and stuff. Man, this looks way gooder than it used to. Well, plans didn't go right. Well, the dang truck didn't make it back. All right. Made it to my house, we put the weeds in there, I forgot my camera. And when we went to drive away, the truck did what it's been doing, not starting. So we're waiting there, we're like, waiting to let her cool down, because let the truck cool down and it usually starts up. But then my buddy Craig calls me, he's like, man, I got a flat. So I went and raced over there and I got him a tire. We took the Suburban, took it off the parts caprice. It was lucky we had that car back there because I had a spare tire for him. Worked out nice. The only bummer is the ramp truck's not going to be able to tow his dually home. That's what I wanted to do with this video. But now I'm starting to think it's maybe the starter solenoid when it gets warm, because when you shut the truck off, they get a little warm, and it takes a while to cool off. It'll cool right off if you could get the water pump spinning again and fire it up, but when it's warm, it won't fire up. So I think I'm gonna work on a solenoid for that thing. Another weekend, I got the truck back to Grandpa's, and well, when I got here, I shut it off and she's still at running temperature, and I tried cranking it back up, and when it fired up, the starter stayed engaged, so I went to shut it off and it just kept going. So as I popped the hood and I'm running around, it stopped, and I was like, oh, thank goodness. So I definitely think it's the starter solenoid. Just don't like life. So what I do got is a small block 350 starter right here. It's already got the diagonal or holes that I need. I just gave it a brake clean bath, so it needs a little wipe down now. But it works, it's been tested. The only thing that I'm worried about is that this wheel is the same size, you know, the little gear in there. Hopefully is the same size as the other one. So we're gonna pop this one off and double check that before we put that one in. And hopefully it fixes my issue. Boom. This is actually the one that was in a truck. You would think that it'd be good because it looks so new. It's definitely recently replaced. But this little nut here, see that? Yeah. That's not supposed to do that. Well, I think that killed our solenoid itself. Because this nut's, you know, it's not doing what it's supposed to. So we got the new one to us that we've had on the shelf for a while. It's got the diagonal bolts. That one's got the diagonal bolts. But my main concern here is these. Does that, to you, look the same size as that? Because it's close enough for me. So, I'm sending it. I'm gonna put this starter in because I know it's good. It came off of a good known starting truck. I just had a bad transmission and I used that motor in my K5. So we'll put it in and we're gonna pray to cow that it's gonna do what it's supposed to do. Well, issues have already escalated. So this is starter where we're just gonna swap it out. Turns out the darn bolts, this one okay. This hole, the bolt, it don't go. So I think this hole is a little smaller. So instead of drilling this out, what you can do, but I don't want to go too big, and so we'll just swap out the solenoids because it should be easy enough. And I think that's really what the issue is. So we're going to take this bolt, and this bolt off. And I believe we might have to loosen the case a little bit to sneak that little plate out. I'm not sure. Maybe we gotta take the whole thing apart.
Okay, check that out.
This little spinny action.
Yeah, spin it in, right? That's the shit one.
That stays in there?
Yeah, oh, it's
Cool.
good. It could probably be wiped off and shit.
We have a disaster. I'm just kidding. Here's the bad one. If you look in there, there's a big old ugly dry spot. Oh. Yeah. Can you see that big old ugly spot in there? Man. So this one is why this one's giving us issues, I believe. Just because that one little dry spot, rusty spot, whatever it is. That's why it won't fire up sometimes. So yeah, get out of here, you're fired. So we're gonna use this one. And I thought about switching out these little arms, but just simply because this one's a little smaller than this one. But I think it'll be fine. We'll just put this little spring right on there and put that right back on there. Bolt her in. So my first thought was try to pull this little pin in there. Then I seen this little pin right here with the little C-clamp. So we started doing it on this one. We're just about to pop that sucker. Oh man, did you see how easy that came out? Hold on. There it is. Boom. Uh-oh. What am I missing in there? Oh. Okay, so we gotta kind of hold her up. Let them gears stay up top. Oh, no, she's still hooked in there. We might have to take this sucker all the way apart, man. Oh, it's attached in there somehow.
Yeah.
Things escalated real fast. It ended up getting taken all the way apart because, well, I didn't see it's got little dinglings. So, we're gonna do the same to this one now. And then just swap them, put them back together with the new solenoid. And we should be good to go. Come on, little buddy. Nice. Just what we wanted. This piece. Do we just take this whole back half? Just shove it on that nose without taking it apart? You know?
I think you could. Does it look good in this end? Does all that look okay?
Looks better than the painted one here.
This is good too. Oh wow, yeah. Looks much cleaner.
I say let's do that.
And then just swap over for the one that you wanted, yeah.
This needs to go back on with this nose cone. Yeah. Check the bolt real quick. So which way did this go? This needs to go with this. So this sucker needs to be over here. Like this. Oh, that little metal washer I took out of there. I think that went there.
Yeah, because there was two on this one. See that? Oh, no. Yeah, look at this thick one.
Oh, because that was probably for this one. This one has one. Alright, so we're good then.
Oh, that fell out. It's a little feet.
Feet.
Oh, they're still in there. That looked like that.
Oh, I'd rather double check. Okay. Yeah, I'll find the bolt holes.
And be in line with that. Right.
Oh, there's a little alignment nugs, dude. Dummy. Okay. Alright. Bushings, yep.
Here, let me hold on to it while you do that.
So I think, see, that's one of them.
Oh, okay.
I missed that one.
I felt that pushing it out.
Can we push this far a little bit? Oh, too far. Too far. Oh, that's alright, it's not working. gap so you can see it. Bam. Give that a little tighten. This one. Oh. Now you can pop it together. They went on tight, they're going back on tight. Or they came off tight, I mean. Yeah, we need this little pinarooski. Do we remember which side the C-clip was on? Nope. Where'd that little C-clamp? Oh, there it is. There it is. Stretch that sucker out. And it's on there, it's just not tight like I'd like it to be.
Can't you reverse those somehow so they'll squeeze instead of spread?
Yeah. We'll just use that one instead. And then the only thing left now is our... Nice, that works. Springy ding-a-lingy. And our solenoid. Boom. It's back together. That was too easy, dude. That one, the top one, yeah. Got it back together. We gotta test it. We'll redo that one. It's all together now. Bolts in it, screws in it, other bolt. The only thing left is a testeroni. So let's see what happens. How do you do this? Sure. Oh, what are you doing? Yeah, she works. I think I did the right thing. Sure. Alright, so it turns out this nose cone won't go on this sucker because this shaft is a little bigger. So what we're going to do is just, you know, put all these guts over here. Maybe just take this whole piece, shove it in this end, back like it was. Because technically all we needed was the solenoid. So, yep, we got to restart. Well, I reconfigured our entire mess, all right? What I'm saying is we got a starter, I think. So now I got a test on it. Make sure I didn't ruin it while I was doing what I was doing. All right, which one do I want? Front one? Oh yeah, that sounded way better. Cool. Way stronger too. We got the starter in, all the wires in, pretty comfortably away from everything, especially the exhaust. So let's give her a test-a-rooney. Got Grandpa over there by the battery cable just in case she sticks like she did when I dropped her off. So let's give her a try. Oh man. That starter was definitely gone. That thing, I used to have to press it all the way back till it stops. That thing, as soon as it clicked in that ignition thing, it went. Let's do it again. And we're still warm. So that means that it's got to be better. Well, technically it is. The starter's cool, but... Oh man. I think I fixed it. The only thing to do is to drive it, get it up to temp 190, and try and start it back up, see what happens. Next day, truck fired up. It's fired up like 3 times. I drove it home last night. It's fired up like 3 times today. I drove it over here, parked it, fired right back up at 190 degrees. We let it sit for 20 minutes. It fired back up, so we're on the upside. Now we gotta test drive it. I'm gonna take it to Cody's house, pick up his Duramax, and bring it over here because we gotta do a transmission on it. So nothing like doing a test with a haul, right? Put a big old load on the back of this thing. See, I'm not BSing you. We're at 160 degrees. We just came out. Fired up. She's running. Let's go. Look at that good old looking Caprice. Dang. Almost found Grandpa's bumper. I'm gonna follow Grandpa. Well, there's plenty of space in here that really doesn't matter, but just in case, we could still get back. We made it to Cody's. You can see the Duramax. She's a little warm because we shut her off, you know, to get everything ready. So let's see if it fires up again. There it is. I'd like to say it's solved. Look at that. Temperature right down as soon as the pump starts pumping. Here we is, loaded up. You can see it back here some. Yep, there it is. We gotta close the hood, double check make sure we got our cables out. Do another double check, you know, on our straps. But here we are, right on the edge, because that's how we live. See, that's why we do a double check, because I left the door open. This is exactly why I run around the truck 3 times before we go. All right, so I got one more circle to do, and we're good to go. Locked and loaded. Let's go on this adventure. Mission success. Another haul loaded. Truck, I believe, is fixed. And you can't have the tow truck down. All right, that's just a terrible mistake. She's got to be ready to go at all times. So I'm glad we're good there again. Next mission, next week's video, you see is on the back of the ramp truck. The best part is, you know, she warm, all right, because we shut her off. But when you hit the key, she's firing back up. That was the one issue, is when she got warm, she would not fire up. And then look, don't worry, she comes back down. I think I need an electric water pump and cooling fan, and that'll kind of prevent that. But that's projects down the road, maybe when she gets airbaggies. So with the truck starting and next week's project in the shop, that means I gotta wrap this one up. Hope you guys enjoyed me figuring out what's going on with old Reliable here. So comment something if you want, like something, subscribe to the channel, it'd be cool. Don't forget to check out another video. Thank you for watching this one.